Yo, 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 what's going on? We are back, episode 14 of the Off the Top Rope podcast. As always, I am Chris, known as Southside Woodall on Twitter, one half of the best tag team in the world. And my tag team partner, of course.
What up, though? It's your boy Barry, back live in the flesh. We are here.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, crazy weekend, man. Crazy weekend. As first 2 night SummerSlam in history. A lot of things to talk about. Some good, some bad, some very questionable choices made. But honestly, let's just get into it. It's the elephant in the room, and I just want to go ahead and talk about it first because I'd like to not talk about it again if we're being honest. At the conclusion of Cody Rhodes and John Cena on Sunday night, WWE made the decision to bring back Brock Lesnar. If you do not know, Brock Lesnar is currently named, and while it is said that he didn't do anything illegal, he is currently named in the lawsuit against Vince McMahon and the WWE 44 times. Brock Lesnar has not been on WWE TV in about 18 months. He was I think before the lawsuit had dropped and new details were added. He was scheduled to be in the 2024 Royal Rumble. That was scrapped. I think they had plans for him to face Gunther at WrestleMania 40, scrapped, and we hadn't seen him since. His name was brought up on TV like sparingly when it was to talk about stories he had with previous superstars, stuff like that. Um, I'm I'm not here to play moral high ground. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say I'm probably not going to watch, but when I was disturbed when I saw that on Sunday. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's already not a good look that the head honcho essentially Triple H is kind of rubbing elbows with Donald Trump. Our president. It's already not a good look. Seeing the things that he stand for, and I feel like last week I sat here and I held Hulk Hogan accountable for all these things. I have to hold Triple H accountable for these things too, for going on that platform with that man, knowing who he is. Granted, what he is there for, which is like the presidential fitness test or whatever, maybe that benefits people in the long run. Who knows? But I like I said, if I hold Hulk Hogan accountable for going out there and playing the character and not going out there as Terry Bollea, I have to hold Triple H accountable for going out there and doing the Triple H entrance on the White House lawn. You know what I'm saying? Going out there and being Triple H and not just representing himself as Paul Levesque. I was disappointed. Obviously, I don't know where. Well, I think I have a pretty good idea of where this goes based off what we saw going on the air on Sunday. But the way that they have gone about it is pretty shady to me. For what I understood, WWE Legal allowed it, but they're not saying he is cleared of anything. They did allow him to be on TV. Like, they have cleared him to be on TV. Like I said, he was not proven innocent of anything when Triple H was. So, up until this point, responsibility has been ducked several times. Triple H initially said in the post-show, they're not doing press conferences anymore, which is also shady. He said in the post-show on SummerSlam, he said, when I talked to John about this, because obviously it seems like Brock Lesnar's first opponent back is going to be John Cena. He said when he talked to John about it, he asked him specifically, who he wanted to face, this, that, and the third. Last night, it turned into Michael Cole said, well, I asked Triple H and Nick Khan when they thought, when they got in contact with Brock Lesnar and why they thought it was appropriate to bring him back. And they were like, yeah, we just thought it was time for him to come home. John Cena was interviewed, I believe, today. And he says, essentially John Cena says, I just work here. Like, whoever y'all want to put in front of me, I'll face him. That's what it is. So it seems like, Triple H is kind of like ducking responsibility. Again, I don't like it. I'm not here to play moral high ground with anybody, but like I said, if I'm going to sit here and hold other people accountable for their actions, I have to do the same, no matter how I feel about the show you book or whatever it may be. So I have to hold you accountable. I think it's pretty weak. I think it's lame. And again, because of nobody wants to own up to it, I don't know who's complicit and who, you know what I mean? Like, some people are like, well, John Cena's complicit. I don't know, because nobody wants to own up to it. But I will say, I've just been keeping an eye out all day. everything that I have seen, like interviews, this, that, and the third, does kind of line up with what John's saying in terms of, hey, I'm not a, you know what I mean? If you put him in front of me, that's who I'll go against. Like he did a forum in, I think, Philadelphia a couple months ago, and someone asked him, what are some opponents you want to face? And he was like, I don't like to pick. Like if somebody sees fit to put this person in front of me, I will absolutely do so. There was another interview where Cody interviewed Randy on what do you want to talk about, and Randy Orton said he went up to John Cena and asked him. He said, "Hey, what do you think about us doing it one more time?" And Randy he said John was just like, if creative sees fit, then like, yeah, let's do it. So again, I'm not trying to absolve anybody of blame, but it does feel like this is another case of Triple H not trying to take responsibility for when things sometimes go bad in the product, but he is always at the face of it when something is good. So I'm not a fan of that. I'm kind of disgusted by it, but we move. Truthfully, wrestling, no matter how much we love it, it's an inherently terrible, shady, kind of disgusting business. Like a lot of things happen backstage, etc. So again, I'm not here to play moral high ground with anybody, but I definitely just wanted to go ahead and address the elephant in the room. If you had any extras you wanted to add on that.
I was baffled, confused, disturbed, distraught. Still don't make sense to me. Creatively, morally, this is a bad look.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a bad look. Like WWE already had this good boy fan, the good boy club, favor going around, with creative and stuff like that. I just don't get it. Like we said, the case still open. Like you told us Saturday, like you told us Sunday night, he's in there 40 sometimes.
Yeah.
The report came out ESPN February. It's still going on.
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want to say. Wrong is wrong. If you don't see it's wrong, then I'm sorry. You just don't get it. Just like last week, if you don't have those type of stands for yourself, I'm sorry. Just you can't relate to it. You can't relate to it. I'm sorry about that. We not perfect, but some mistakes just
Aren't
can't look past.
Yeah,
Some
stuff
mistakes,
you can't look
you know what
past.
I'm saying? Like some stuff you just can't look past. I don't know. I don't know if was the shock value really that worth it morally. Like people who don't want to watch no more, I'm not mad at them. It's their money. Do what you want to do.
Yeah.
It sucks because it ruined a good Sunday. Like it just sucked the air out of the building for a lot of people. I'm kind of glad we not in the whole reaction stuff yet because some stuff does seem like let's overdo this to get a good
Get attention for the camera.
get attention for ourselves. But I'm just baffled, confused, startled.
Legitimately, my reaction was like silent. I think this is what happened. John's making his way out the ring. The music hits, and I'm like, I said, no way. And then after that, like it was legitimately, there was silence. I didn't say a word. I didn't for the next hour, bro. Like I did not say anything. I was watching that press conference, hoping to get some clarity. Didn't get that. Like it was legitimate silence, bro. I just didn't understand it, and it was funny because and one of the things I wanted to come in here and say today, prior to that match ending, just because of how the World Heavyweight Championship matches went, I was thinking to myself, I was like, I felt like for the first time they really, had a show and realized you don't need to always do something for shock value, and sometimes you just let people go out there and do them. And then they did that, and I was just kind of like, why? What was the point?
It was, if like somebody was saying, if you said this was Cena's best match, I wouldn't be mad at you.
Mm-hmm.
Like no shenanigans. Even though it was a street fight, it still had they kept it kind of traditional, like a traditional wrestling match.
Mm-hmm.
I wish somebody would have ran the blade, like we said.
Yeah.
Like me, you, and Tyler, we was all speechless. Like I didn't know how to feel. I didn't my old shit was, this is insane. Like this is just. But unfortunately, it happened. Everybody can't have high standards. Like some people, to me, I don't know. This is TKO. If you need $1, like, are they really that bad, down bad? Like, Are the views worth it? I just creatively, I can't wrap my head around it. Like, you could have done so many different things. You could have.
Yeah. Even if we look past, if we take morals out of this, we have kind of, or WWE has kind of surpassed the need for Brock Lesnar. There are several big Haas type guys. There are arguably better versions of Brock Lesnar on the roster right now. Obafemi. Like, we've kind of surpassed the need for Brock Lesnar. And, again, we're taking morals out of this. The Cody Rhodes match that Brock Lesnar had at SummerSlam a couple years ago was the perfect send-off for Brock Lesnar, bro. That, like, he could have not wrestled another match, and that would have been it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know. And also, before we move on, I want to say this because I was seeing it a lot after he debuted. If you're defending it, it's disgusting. If you're doing whataboutisms and being like, well, what about all these people AEW has? It's disgusting. You don't care about like actual victims and like real problems. You care about getting the one up. It's gross. It's gross. Either, again, I'm not here to play moral high ground with anybody. By all means, if you still want to watch the product, if you feel like you should watch the product, that's fine. I'm not sitting here saying I'm going to stop watching the product, but what I am saying is don't do the whataboutisms thing, man. It's weak.
Yeah, like we know every business has like his dirt causing the skeleton, but some
it's the world we live in.
Yeah, some public like this is just like, damn, bro. Like I don't know, man.
But yeah, whataboutisms doesn't. To me,
you're not helping nobody. Like
you're not helping anybody. And to me, whataboutism show you care more about the company than you do about maybe the people that work there, maybe victims of whatever may have happened. So yeah, man. Was as someone who consumes the product like regularly, I was very disappointed.
Yeah,
I was very disappointed,
and especially now nobody's taking responsibility for it. It just makes it look a lot worse.
And to me, again, like. I know apologies don't fix everything, but a written statement, something other than ducking responsibility, hiding behind the lead announcer, hiding behind the franchise guy because you know he's going to be gone in 4 months, it's weak, man. And canceling pressers, and allegedly media didn't find out that pressers were canceled until like somebody finally spoke up and asked when they got there on that Friday or whatever. So. It's weak, man. I don't know how they move forward from this. Truth is it probably won't affect their bottom line. Ultimately, in wrestling, it just matters if you draw or not. Brock Lesnar does draw. So, that's just what it's going to be. Apparently, I don't know how true that tweet is. I read earlier that, like, all those shirts they put of his back up are, like, the top-selling merch right now. Who knows? But yeah, man, just wanted to address that because, again, I don't know how regularly he'll be a part of the product or what the case is. I'm sure we're going to have to speak on him sometime in the future because we review the product. I don't know. But with that, we are going to do some SmackDown notables because, as you guys know, if you're a regular viewer, I don't really believe in reviewing the whole show before a PLE because it's kind of redundant. There may be some notables on there we could talk about. I do have 2 listed. We're going to do the SummerSlam Night 1 and Night 2 review. And I think the Raw review is going to be kind of short because it felt like it was more so like promo heavy last night. There were a few matches in there, but like it felt a little more promo heavy. Yeah. Story advancement. So we will see how long we go today. First and foremost with the SmackDown notables, Julia versus Zelina Vega. Great match. Great match. Great way to use your first hour free of commercials.
Yeah, commercial free hour, half hour.
To me, that's one of the more impressive performances I've seen from Zelina Vega in a while. I think that was one of her longest matches, if I'm not mistaken. But also, I feel like we got to see what Julia can really do. Some people will argue that, since she's been in WWE, it kind of seems like she's been nerfed and she hasn't necessarily been able to do some of the same things she was doing in Stardom. So I thought it was cool to just like, again, great use of a commercial-free hour to just like let 2 women go out there and do their thing. And I would argue that should have been on SummerSlam, to be honest. There are maybe 1 or 2 matches I have in mind that it could have replaced. I would argue that should have been on SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's the only good thing about having like this match, the Drew and Damien. I mean, Alistair and Damien. And in the previous, we had like tag team title matches on the Friday night before PLE. Is that you give them a lot of time to cook, a lot of time to work. Julia just showed why she's Julia, why Hunter came and got her from Stardom. You know why she is who she is, why she was NXT champion so fast. The Kiana James presence, it was cool. I feel like this could be positive from her aspect as a character wise. If she's not connecting with the crowd or the ring work, put it next to a horse like a horse like Julia who can go in the ring. Zelina did her thing. I felt kind of bad. She was in her hometown. The pop wasn't really all of that. But hey, listen, when they get to cooking in the ring, the crowd gets behind it. Yeah. This is a great showcase for Zelina. Hopefully this builds like a different character arc for her. She might can have like a redemption story. I don't know whatever you want to call it, but this is great. Julia, future women's world champion if they do it this right way. So, like I said, man, this was a great match. I'm glad they got to cook finally. Because Julia could go. We've seen Zelina do crazy stuff in ring, outside the ring. So, I was excited. This was a good match. Like you said, a great time to show this commercial free, letting two women who can wrestle cook.
Yep. You did touch on Alistair and Priest. That ended up in a no contest. I am going to assume, I don't want to assume, but maybe it ends up at Clash. I would hope so. Again, that is another match that I thought would make it to SummerSlam. But clearly their story has not ended, and there's reports that Priest is in for a bigger role on SmackDown, and of course there have been reports about Alistair being in for a bigger role as well. So that's a story to watch out for.
Yeah, I'm not mad at the no DQ. Like, show Alistair really like who he is, like this dark guy, evil genius, whatever you want to call him. Yeah. But beating your ass, I'm gonna knock you out, whatever. I'm gonna break the rules because I'm Aleister Black, and this is who my character is. This is how my character works. This is the best way for my character. And then like Drew, and then like Damien, kind of slow. His character was going a little bit down with the crowd reaction, but hopefully, a comeback can help him out in the long run. So I'm here for it.
Another notable, and in a way, I guess I'm kind of breaking my rule because it's kind of loops into Sunday, but babyface John Cena officially returned via promo on Friday Night SmackDown. I guess with that, we can kind of officially rate the heel run, but everything he said in this promo made sense. I was pleasantly surprised because I didn't know where it was going. I know we talked last week about Cody kind of giving him an out and saying like, hey, I want the real John Cena to show up to SummerSlam. And John took that out and he said, hey, you forged my signature. You forced me to be in a fight I didn't want to be in. I appreciate it. And if you remember, this is a couple episodes ago, but I was like, whenever John is finally done with the heel run, I feel like he'll be like, this is not who I was. I knew it was wrong. And that's exactly what happened. He was like, hey, look, I fell for an idea that me being an asshole would be good television. And what I'm saying? I went against all my values. I went against these people. He said, hey, I don't even want to ruin wrestling. I want to take this belt home so y'all don't forget about me. And I ain't gonna lie, he almost got me right there. Because I'm like, you're John Cena, bro. You could go home with nothing tonight. You know what I'm saying? We're never going to forget John Cena. But regardless, that hit me right in the heartstrings. Mm-hmm. But with that, we can rate the John Cena heel run, and I'm gonna say out of 1 to 10, I'm gonna go with a 6. I say that because to me it felt like it was picking up a little bit. I want to say in May, late May, early June, and I feel like through July it was all right. I think the real issue was just that. And he touched on this in the promo, everybody else went back to their real lives. The Rock went back doing what he do. Travis Scott went back to doing what he do. I was left here with this shit. To me, the match quality, it was good enough for me. I know people say Sunday was one of his best performances of his career, and I agree that it was. But the stuff I saw with CM Punk and Randy Orton, I thought it was. I'm not going to say great because Sunday was great, but I thought the stuff we saw with CM Punk and Randy Orton was good. Mm-hmm. And I even tweeted somebody and said, I saw these matches and, obviously the interference tanked it, But I'm watching these matches and thinking to myself, like, is he calling it a career too early? Like, I know you're supposed to lead a game before the game leaves you.
Chris Jericho.
Yeah. But I'm looking at these matches like, I don't know, bro. Like, I'm looking at him like, hey, I think you can still go, bro. Like, I won't lie to you. Like, that's what I thought. So I'm gonna give it a 6. Obviously the 4 points taken off is just for everything that happened around it, interference in matches, characters who were supposed to be there not necessarily following up and executing, and of course for the main event of WrestleMania.
I'm gonna give it a 7.
Okay.
EC was great. You know, the promos, the overseas promos, you know, him pointing the kid out. Mm-hmm. That was hilarious. The WrestleMania match, it was I mean, we don't expect John. We didn't expect John to give us, you know, a instant classic with, you know, but it was a decent match until, you know, the
6-minute Travis Scott
entrance. The Fiend interference. When did Backlash was right after that. The Randy stuff. The Randy stuff was cool. You know, Randy, I would have liked the evil Randy. You know, that would have been great. You know, But hey, home event, home game Randy, away game John Cena.
Yep.
The St. Louis crowd and the R-Truth stuff, kind of.
It feel like the R-Truth stuff was kind of like
I think they could have did that. They could have did so much more with that they didn't do.
Yeah.
For who knows why? Maybe we do, maybe we don't. That brought it down a little bit. The Punk stuff was great. Punkonomics, that match was crazy. Sorry, but the run-ins kind of was perfect.
Yep.
It helped out in the long run. What happened Saturday night? You know, the Cody stuff was kind of funny. You know, the table spot was hilarious. The forward signature stuff was hilarious. Sunday night, the boys went crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna get into Sunday.
So I'm not knocking it. You know, it could have been better. You know, who knows what The Rock is going on with The Rock? You know, I don't know
what's going on with The Rock. I know what's going on with The Rock.
We saw that trailer though. They made sure to show us that movie trailer. But yeah, then with the whole Travis Scott thing, if he's not a good learner, that may have played a role in it. So I'm not feeling like, you know, wrestling isn't made to be perfect. You know, some stuff helps out with the storylines. You know, him being a heel. It was cool. I'm not mad at it. You know, the Titantron with just the black and white John Cena. To me, that was kind of cool. The slow walk. We got our little 6 month. We got a couple months of like bad John Cena. Mm-hmm. That was cool. I give it a smooth 7. You know, could have been better. Could have been a lot worse, but could have been. No,
yeah, I think it could have been like significantly worse.
Yeah, it could have. Now, especially hearing how, you know, the Unreal stuff is. This was Hunter's idea, and like you said, John just. I'm just here to get checks and do what the boss tell me to do, man.
Yeah.
So.
I think I kind of. Oh, God. So I will say this: the moment itself, like the moment of him turning heel, to me, that's like one of the greatest segments of all time. But the follow up to it, it just kind of lacked, and I think that's where like
the explanation kind of we never get that. We didn't get that until like a couple months later when he was like, you know, this what it was.
Yeah. So I'm not mad at it. Ultimately, it was what it was, but obviously, I don't think John was ever going to retire a heel. So I am glad to see he is back in good standing. With that, we are going to move into SummerSlam Night 1, and I was able to pull up the match order. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso defeated the team of Braun. However, Roman did not get his shoes back. Fuck you. But man, look, very fun match. First off, let me just start with our predictions were terrible. Every prediction we had for SummerSlam, I think, was wrong, with the exception of like 2 or 3.
I got Roman right. I think we both picked Sammy.
We did pick Sammy.
Dang, did we?
Just looking at Night 1 right now, I didn't get any of these right. And because they did whatever the hell they wanted to on Night 2, I didn't get any of those right either. But yeah, touching on Roman J and versus Braun. Very fun match, man. For what it's worth, we give Roman a lot of gall about not showing up.
You.
Well, yeah, I do. I give Roman a lot of gall about not showing up, during the year to, be in feuds, advance stories. Again, I totally respect that, in kayfabe and in real life, home raising his kids, bro. Like, I can't fully be mad at it. But, yeah, man, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, WrestleMania, and I'll even give him Survivor Series. Like, Roman Reigns has been working, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Big Match Joe.
Listen. Big Dog Roman might be back, bro. Big Dog Roman might be back. He jumped over that top rope.
Over jumped it.
Over, almost clear. Well, he basically clears Braun. Braun, and kind of stops himself from over rotating before that shit got really bad. And I'm like, oh yeah, like this is what I've been asking for. Like, I firmly, like, one of the things I hate about, like, and I don't know if every wrestler does this across every company, but like, when you switch from like a babyface to a heel, like, you just don't do certain moves anymore because heels, I guess, aren't supposed to do like likable shit. I don't believe that, bro. Like, if it's in your arsenal and you could do it, you should do it, bro.
Listen, man.
Like, I legitimately forgot how athletic Roman Reigns was until he did that jump, and then I'm like, oh, like, he might never do this shit again. Listen, man. I thought he was finna break his neck.
When that drive-by come back, I might just scream, man. Pause. The drive-by used to get me, man. This is what I've been waiting for a couple years, man. Hey, man.
Quality match. Jey Uso running back the music on a PLE during a match is funny as hell. I don't care how anybody feels about it. It's funny as hell.
Entertainment.
Entertaining. Something else too. They pointed this out in the match on commentary, but Roman did something that wasn't atypical of his character, or typical of his character, I should say. He saves Jey Uso from a spear from Braun Breaker. And I had been asking, the same way I had asked for change from Charlotte and all this. I said, I've come on here several times and I said, Roman Reigns hasn't necessarily changed, bro. Like, he's the same person. What am I seeing to show that he has changed? There was no apologies. There was none of this. I don't think ever in the history of, like, the bloodline stuff that was going on did I ever see him jump in front of a bullet for Jimmy, for Jay, Solo, Sammy, whoever. I don't think I've ever saw him do that. So I thought that was cool. I thought that was good character development. I have been legitimately moved by everything Roman Reigns has done on TV since WrestleMania.
The only thing I can think of is when he, like, held Matt Riddle for, like, one of them tag matches. He, like, kept him from jumping. That's the closest thing I can think of off the top of my head. But, yeah, this is like a slow burn, Like, because even last night, he didn't really have to show up last night, but he did. So, like he said this is going to be, like, this is going to be a great character run for his character. So I'm excited to see what they do with this. It's going to take a while, slow burn. We're going to talk about what happened last night later. But, yeah, Roman's just different, man. That's why he's my tribal chief,
The WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match.
I caught that. I think
you did. That. You got that correct. I did not.
Okay.
I was saying maybe they should lose one more time and didn't, but I'm not mad at it. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair are the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Another good match. And again, I'm here to remind you, if you said we surpassed the need for Alexa Bliss, go to hell. I thought her and Roxanne were great. I think this is Roxanne's SummerSlam debut, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so.
So great first impression on one of the bigger stages that the company has.
This legit felt like WrestleMania. Like,
honestly, all of SummerSlam, save for two matches, felt like, hey, we was tripping at WrestleMania, bro. My bad.
Say that. Because I'm just like, wow, this feels like it being outside, the stage presence.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think last year when they was in Cleveland, it might have had a little same effect.
They made a stage, but they didn't try to do that at all. Like, they didn't do what they did in MetLife at all.
Yeah, like this felt like, all right, my bad, y'all. But yeah, I just want to throw that in. This felt like legit a WrestleMania like environment, just without the name and without like the overdoing it how they usually do WrestleMania. But I just want to throw that out there real quick. So shout out to everybody.
Yeah, man. Great match for the tag team championships, though. As we have said, we are very moved by this change in Charlotte Flair. Obviously, a lot of that credit goes to Alexa Bliss and kind of helping humanize the Charlotte Flair character.
W character pair.
Yeah, W pairing. I'm ready to see more. I'm excited. Like, I'm just excited to see where it goes, bro. This is a version of Charlotte we have not seen, and while there are still elements of the old Charlotte in there, like this is clearly something new.
It blends perfectly. Like,
yeah. The WWE Women's Championship match. It is still Tiffy time. But I thought it was an impressive showing by both of them. This was like a 7-minute match. And often matches feel like a lot longer than they are until you find out at the end. But like it was like a 7-minute match. I thought Tiffany and Jade both got their stuff in. I was surprised. I really thought this was like the end of the Tiffany Stratton run. But there are rumors a certain EST is coming back to television soon. I know last week or the week before she was saying like she can't bend her finger, but I've also heard that like
she'll be back sooner than later.
Yeah, sooner than later.
I thought it was just gonna be Saturday because usually whenever they say that, like they come like the next.
Anytime they say that, they be on TV that night.
Yeah.
So, maybe that's who wins the reign.
I'm not mad that Jay lost. We talked.
Yeah, I'm not like
me and you and T talked about this. To me, they didn't build this up good enough for a title change.
Yeah.
I think Friday they had like a backstage segment.
Yeah, like they hadn't interacted as much as they should for two people.
Then like they both are seen as like faces.
Yeah.
You know, like Tiffany helped out Jade a couple weeks ago, and then like Friday wasn't like a super face off really thing. They could have did better with that. And then plus how Jade is acting on Twitter, like I'm really maybe I'm not meant for this. So hopefully this is some type of character development for Jade. You know, she was on a great crazy media run in New York. So hopefully this builds some more star power for her. Like, hey, whatever you want to say, she's a star. Yeah. Like you can say whatever you want to say about the ring work. We can work on that, but she can be a household name sooner than later, hopefully. So I'm not mad at her losing.
Yeah. I don't think Jade's nearly as bad as like people try to make her out to be. Yeah, that's my thing. So hopefully the Twitter stuff is like you said, like a character thing and not, you know what I'm saying? Because some people can be kind of cruel. So I hope that's not what it is. Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul defeated Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. What a sentence to say in 2025. Again,
not mad I was wrong.
Yeah, not. I don't know. I might be a little mad I was wrong, but hats off to Jelly Roll, man. I was deeply moved by a couple things. Obviously, like that's a crazy bump to take. That table spot is a crazy bump to take on your first match. But like they gave him like kind of the underdog babyface role, and also like he kind of worked more of that match than Randy Orton did, bro. I'm kind of moved, bro. I won't lie to you. Like they put a lot of faith in him, and I really thought he delivered. I was kind of shocked he lost, to be honest. But I was deeply moved by that shit, bro. Jelly Roll, hats off. You're always welcome back in the wrestling ring to me.
Yeah, I'm not mad at Drew and Logan. I kind of thought Drew would turn on Logan from what happened Friday night. Like, you could just look. Drew was like, bro, please, because when Logan was like, yeah, man, these outsiders coming in and messing up real wrestlers and real athletes, and I can just see Drew looking at him like, Nick, excuse me.
That's so
so hopefully this gets Drew in the title picture, which we all want, because that's what Drew deserves. Drew is a main eventer. Drew's character work in the ring, outside the ring, is top tier. Not a lot of people are in the conversation with him, in my opinion. So hopefully this is a step in the right direction for Drew. For Logan, I don't give a damn. Just put him. I don't know. Put him back on Raw. Whatever you want to do. I don't know. I don't care. Just enough of that. But then, hey, I'm not mad. I was wrong. You know, I'm here for. I'm a Drew guy. So Drew, if you want to Claymore somebody Friday night, I won't be mad at you.
Amen. Say man. But yeah, I will co-sign that as well. I do definitely think it's time to get Drew McIntyre like into some more like serious stuff. Everybody loves a good side quest. Not too mad at it. Definitely time to get him back in the World Championship picture. The main event of night one, man.
You just gonna skip over it?
What else skip over?
Sammy and Cross.
Oh, whoops. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, I completely skipped over that. That was like the second match.
I was like, okay, man, you know, we talk about Jay. Okay, we can,
Sami Zayn. Thank you. That's all I got. That carrying cross shit is over. That's all I got for you today. I don't got nothing else.
Hey, if you see Gary,
That shit is over, nigga.
if you see Cross on TikTok live,
Again, I say this very often, and I say it till I'm blue in the face. I'm never, ever, ever gonna be against a wrestler advocating for themselves and trying to get themselves over. Karrion Kross, you tried, but the bell had to ring, brother. That shit is over.
listen.
I heard they ain't put them new deals across you and Scarlett table, brother. Hey,
I'm hearing this I'm hearing like it's just low key, but
it is.
listen, I don't like. Listen, if one person tell me something isn't good, you know, I'm gonna still try it. 2, 3 people, 4 people might say, "Hey, man, you know, I wouldn't try that new sandwich over there."
Yeah.
I got the whole hood being like, you know what, man? When the bell rings, it's time to go. And I see for myself, brother. I hope you got your LinkedIn account ready, buddy.
You had 3 bad matches with Sami Zayn, bro. Hang that shit
Oh.
up.
Listen, I didn't want to say it because what Chris said last week about the wrestling match with a broomstick, you only heard that with one guy, and that's Shawn Michaels. So hearing that again and then seeing Sammy do what he does, brother, if you can't.
We appreciate you for getting Sami Zayn on the show, though, my nigga. Like, that's some real shit, because I ain't want Sami to miss 2 big shows, so we appreciate that.
Listen.
But it's time for you to go, nigga. It's over.
Even though I was at work today, you know, I did some scrolling while I was hiding. Hope nobody hears that. But anyway, hearing Bubba Ray. If I was creative, I would have had like a secret cross. No, stop it.
Shit's over, nigga.
Stop it, please.
Niggas gave him a stable. You know what I'm saying? Niggas gave him a WrestleMania match last year. He wasn't even the best part of that match, by the way. Like, it's over. You tried. We will see you in TNA or GCW in a couple weeks, bro. Shit over, man. Anyway, the main event. CM Punk versus Gunther. Let me just say this off rip. If you didn't like this match, I think you're watching the wrong sport. I'm gonna be honest with you. What was there not to like about CM Punk and Gunther? It was a good old-fashioned wrestling match. And as we had stated, like, the build, I don't think the build was too personal. I think it was just as simple as, I'm better than you. You think you better than me. I'm going to show you why I'm better than you. I'm going to show you why it's levels to this shit. I thought, while this was while this World Heavyweight title reign was a short reign for Gunther, I thought that, like, this is the best opponent he's, like, ever had in terms of his reign and who he defended against. I thought he got to look dominant. I thought there were times where CM Punk got to put him on his back foot as well, and we saw that towards the end of the match. They didn't leave the ring for, like, almost the entire time up until, like, the last 5 minutes of the match. And what happened when this nigga Gunther decides to leave the ring? Blood. They let that nigga run the blade. And the reaction when he found out he was bleeding. Cinema, brother. Cinema. So, yeah, I think if you didn't like CM Punk versus Gunther, bro, you're watching the wrong sport. I'm going to be honest with you. And I also think that's partially WWE's fault for conditioning people to think, like, every main event has to have, like, ref bumps and interference. No, bro. That was just 2 people wrestling. Doing real shit, bro. Doing real shit. 2 wrestlers that I believe you could drop in any era and they would do their shit, bro.
This is what it's all about. This is just what it is.
Quite literally.
You got powerhouse Gunther. You know, to me, his promos are just, it is what it is. Listen, man, I'm going to slap you in the chest. It's going to hurt like hell. I'm going to powerbomb you a couple times. It's going to hurt like hell. I'm going to choke you out. And I just hope before the bell rings, before you walk into that ring, tell your loved ones you love them because you're not seeing them again.
Yeah.
Punk, it is what it is. Punk, you should know. He's one of the GOATs. You can't teach what he has. Brother, I don't want the title. I need that title, bro. Like I love wrestling. I wrestle. Yep. Like this is what I do. And then I'm not. Then I love how Gunther has the whole cocky, overconfident stuff with his matches. If they want to keep having him be, if he's champ once a year, or maybe like once every year and a half, he just comes like this over cocky guy because he's on top of the world and he forgets that he's a human sometimes.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm not mad at it.
And it's funny you said that. That's ultimately his downfall.
That's what it's down.
Too overconfident.
Like if Gunther is a 10, 12-time world champion and he has like these matches where like he's if he's overconfident, he's looking past you. He doesn't see who you are because this is who he is. This is who he's been like these last couple of years. And I've been the champion 80% of the time I've been in this company. Mm-hmm. I'm not mad at it. And then like you lose to best in the world. Sure, I don't care. Like on the mic, it's him and Cena. Honestly, like on the mic, when Punk locks in, Punk versus Sammy, Punk in the triple threat, even Punk in that gauntlet match with Braun, he was up there. Punk, the man still got it. Thank you, Jack Perry. Thank you, Tony Khan. Thank you, EVPs for fumbling the bag. And
so I would say two things. First off, that being the best version of CM Punk, and he is 46 years old, is insane, bro. Like, it is insane to be that good and feels like he's only getting better at that age. And I think it's because at that age you kind of have to rely on instincts more than you do, like, actual athleticism or, like, anything else. Honestly, I forgot what the second thing was. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, like you said with Roman, hey, if you wrestle every blue moon, but you giving us banger after banger, like, hey, do your thing, man. Like, we'll be straight these 3 hours, Monday through Friday. You give us your 10-minute promos every week.
Man.
I'm just...
Oh, actually, I remember the second thing because it was going to segue into this. For 5 glorious minutes, CM Punk and John Cena were world champions in the WWE once again. And the visual of CM Punk with that belt was everything.
Man, I was gonna make it my screensaver for a second.
I still might. Fuck it. He was world champion.
Like, bro. Then the Fantastic Four color theme, bro.
Dog.
Like, bro.
He gets it, bro. He gets it. Oh, actually, no, that wasn't the second thing. I was gonna say because you stated, the people he lost to and like the best of the best. Save for Jey Uso, like the people that have defeated Gunther on the main roster, like there's nothing bad about like those names, like Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, CM Punk. Like that's a great list of people to like, you know what I'm saying, have beaten you or have knocked you down the mountain, so to speak. So
Ilya in NXT UK, like
So nothing to be ashamed of at all. Again, the reign was short, but what a match!
And I think like I'm guessing the hurt stuff was true. Like I think he had some.
Yeah, they said something with his nose, so he's gonna be out for a little while. Face mask Gunther may slap if he not trying to stay out too long, but if he trying to stay home and let it heal, I'm not mad either. But like I said, for 5 glorious minutes, we had CM Punk and John Cena as world champions in 2025. That was until the ruse of the century, as they are calling it, was pulled off. Seth Rollins' knee injury ended up not being a work. He comes out, takes off first he comes out and we think he's playing mind games and just reminding CM Punk, like, hey, I can do this at any time. Turns around, we think he walking away. Drops the crutches. Drops the knee brace. Loses the blazer. And, storms the ring, and essentially the rest is history, as you know. I'm gonna be honest. I was kind of. So here was my thought. I don't like that the injury was a work because ultimately you sacrificed a finish to a match for that. We were there for like Seth Rollins and LA Knight, bro. And like the air was taken out of the arena. Everybody was deflated because we know Seth Rollins has like a crazy history of like knee injuries. Mm-hmm. So we're just all of us are in there thinking like, damn, like we hate that, he was given the keys and he was about to be like the probably, what I'm saying, the one of the top guys, but like, face of the heel, so to speak. And it was just slowed down. I thought sacrificing a match for that was just kind of lame. I think leaving LA Knight out of SummerSlam for that was kind of lame. Um, Not to say I wasn't fooled. Like, I absolutely did not think it was a work, because everything that he had stated on like Rich Eisen's show and all that, because he was stating like he went to Birmingham to get an MRI, and he was actually in Birmingham, if you recall. He went there to get an MRI, but they said like the knee was too swollen. As someone who has had knee injuries, like they will not look at your knee if it is too swollen. So I want it 100% lined up to me. Like I said, I was fooled. I didn't think it was a work. Like, I think the execution was fine. But now that I know it's a work, it kind of feels like, well, like, there were certain casualties.
And like in hindsight, it's like, yeah, this kind of was, you could have, It
feels like you should have just gone through with the match at Saturday night's main event. Whatever the result was going to be, could have been the result. You could have had another LA Knight and Seth Rollins match on SummerSlam. And if CM Punk was going to beat Gunther anyway, then just have him cash in on CM Punk after the match, like you were going to do anyway. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I'm not mad at I'm more so mad now that I know it's a work, but the execution was, fine. I think we kind of saw it coming. I think some people would argue maybe he should have cashed in on whoever won the WWE Championship match on night 2. But
after what we know now, I for sure would have taken that.
Yeah, that probably would have been a better route than what they decided to do on night 2.
I got a list of things that did better than that.
Won't lie to you. Night 2, though, we opened, and stop me if you heard this before, we opened with the Triple Threat Women's World Championship match with Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and our Women's World Champion, Naomi. Man, I don't think anybody necessarily thinks Naomi's like the best wrestler in the world, and that's okay. But I thought this match made her look like really strong, because there were early moments in the match where it was just like neither Rhea nor Io could get the best of Naomi without like each other's help. Mm-hmm. But I thought the match did a really good job of making her look strong and establishing like the work she's put in, across the world, all this other stuff, and how it's morphed into this like proceed with caution character. So I liked it. I like that she didn't just feel like a
like a bystander.
Yeah, like a bystander. She didn't feel like
they could have easily let this be Rhea and Io just go at it, and then Naomi like sneak in. Now she did win, but it could have been. It
could have been more egregious in a sense.
Yeah, like Naomi got some shit off as she should have.
Yeah. I didn't feel like she was a third wheel. Like, I felt like she belonged in the match. And like, granted, and I don't like to play the comparison game with I try not to play the comparison game when it comes to certain matches. Like, I don't want to compare this to the WrestleMania Triple Threat. Like, obviously that one was better, but this doesn't feel like a far cry from that one. Like, it feels. It actually still felt fresh when you consider 2 of the 3 competitors.
If WrestleMania was a 10 out of 10, this was a good 8. This was a good 8. This was a good 8 out of 10. Yeah.
And her being played to the ring by her dad was probably
that was cool.
A big moment.
Bro, you could just tell Naomi is really feeling this, because she really don't want to. She really can't show it character wise. So I'm really happy she's getting this moment.
Yeah, like I said, I kind of hate that some people have to be heels and like they want to receive their flowers, but they can't because they got to stay in character. But I'm really happy for Naomi, and I'm really happy she's getting this reign. I love the character. I love the in-ring work. We kind of know what's next, but I'm excited to see it all play out, and I hope this isn't like a short like transitional run.
No, they can't.
Yeah, I hope they really let this play out, because I'm loving it right now. The 6-pack TLC match, man. Jesus Christ, bro. Our prediction was wrong for this one too.
I don't even care.
But I don't care.
I don't care again, brother.
I do not care. I was thinking, like, I was watching. First off, 12 people in the match is crazy. Like, obviously, this isn't the Royal Rumble. Like, this is a TLC match with 6 tag teams, bro. Save for everybody else who is also involved with some of the tag teams in the match. There are 12 people in this match already. And at first, I'm thinking like, how are they? And you could literally see it in the beginning. Like it was at some point like the cameraman couldn't even get everything, bro. Like the cameraman couldn't even get everything. There was so much shit going on around the ring. But I'm thinking to myself as I'm watching this, as this match like escalates and escalates and escalates. I'm like, bro, like they had a crazy TLC match in April, May, one of those. And I thought it was one of the best ever.
Yeah, that was one of the best matches, like, in general.
Like, best TV match. I thought that was the best TLC match. I thought that was one of the best matches I had ever seen. So I didn't know how they were going to elevate this with there now being 12 teams. But for a match type that is 25 years old and to still be able to innovate in some of the ways that I saw them innovate on Sunday was crazy, bro. Like, insane. You got Axiom doing a Spanish fly to Dawkins through the table. You got Candice LeRae getting involved on behalf of DIY, getting pushed off a ladder by her husband, by the way. Crazy. Like, all of it was just insane. Like, it felt like it kept escalating. But my favorite thing, it wasn't any of the table spots. It wasn't Candice LeRae being pushed off the ladder. It was watching Nathan Frazier go up there, and I'm thinking, oh, like, I've been here before. He finna spear this nigga off the ropes. Tommaso Ciampa dodges the spear and essentially just, like, curls or sits up, holding on to the rung. I thought that was the best spot of the match. For several reasons, obviously, because, like, their core strength is insane. But, like, bro, he could have died. Like, legitimately, if his hands slip, or his, you know what I'm saying, he don't do that right, he could have died, bro. He could have landed directly on his head and died. That would have been it. That shit is crazy, bro.
The crazy part about that was Nathan, like, missed and just landed clean. That was the crazy part.
Yeah.
Like, bro, what this nigga?
Dog.
Like, he barely stumbled. He just, oh, fuck, I missed. Let me get back up.
I'm talking about he does a full, like, that is so crazy. Like, I had saved the picture on my phone, too, because I'm just looking at, like, how high up he is in the ring and stuff. Like, bro, like, who thinks of this? How do you find out you could do shit like this, bro? Like, I imagine, like, obviously in rehearsal, they probably got a crash pad down there. But, like, I don't know.
He was literally, like, in the Spider-Man upside down position.
Dog.
Like, I was.
And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm just like, bro, like, even if I'm a wrestler, I don't know. We can rehearse this shit, but I ain't gonna lie, bro. We in front of, like, 50,000 plus people. I don't know.
Like, it's probably cold as hell up there.
I don't know if I want to do this. I might just take the spear, bro. Like that, man.
Just take the spear.
They found so many different ways to, like I said, innovate in a match that is 25 years old, and months after they had most of the teams in that match had been in the previous TLC match. So I thought that was crazy, man. Like, I now think that might be the best TLC ever. I don't know how they did it, but I think that might be the best TLC match ever.
Listen, Nate, this is what we wanted. We got it. We wanted more stream beams. They gave us more stream beams. Like, the SmackDown Tag Division, I don't hope they break them. I really don't hope they, like, break up this draft up with them in it, because they just, every week, it's just banger after banger after banger. Like I've been saying since we first started the show, just had them wrestle each other every week, bro. Just interchange it. Just pick them in the hat. Okay, you go. All right, DIY, Andrade Ray, y'all go. All right, next week, Fraxium, Andrade Ray, y'all go next week. Street Profits, just keep doing it. They don't miss. I don't know, whoever producing these matches, whoever is writing them. Michael Hayes, shut up if you got something to say. Like, just let them cook. Man. My only issue is with the YS6 being champions, you have to now build up. To me, you have to build up a new tag team who is like so dominant to where they could just cleanly beat the YS6. That's my only issue. But hey, the match was great. The spots was great. Got my girl B-Fab in there.
Yep.
We got, what was it, PWG? Candice LeRae got her crazy spot. Like,
somebody said, hey, like, that's probably not even the craziest. They said that probably don't even touch Candice's top 5 of, like, craziest bumps she's taken in her career.
So, good job, guys and girls. Yeah. Y'all did y'all thing, man.
Ultimately, there were, like, I think the final count was, like, 15, 16 people involved in that match.
Yeah.
When you, again, count for the other members of the YS6.
Yeah,
Candice
12,
LeRae, Nicki,
Candice, B-Fab.
B-Fab. So, Hats
Even
off,
Bo
man.
Dallas taking a Spanish fly.
Oh yeah, man. Hats off to them boys, man, for real. Again, that may be. I'm venturing towards saying that is the greatest TLC match ever, and obviously the one a couple months ago is a close second. I don't think anybody would be mad at it.
Yeah, no.
The women's intercontinental championship match. I enjoyed it. What I did not enjoy is the crowd deciding they was gonna go into business for themselves. I thought Becky and Lyra were doing some good work. I thought while this wasn't the best match of like the 3 they've had, I thought they were doing some good work. I thought again this was another case of someone trying to do innovative stuff that we haven't seen, like for example, Becky wedging Lyra within the chair, putting her on the announce table and doing the stomp. Like there was a lot of different stuff in that match that we had not necessarily seen. I was kind of upset. Just that the crowd wasn't necessarily paying attention. And I think towards the end, after Becky had won, she was a little disgusted too. So, yeah, I didn't really like that. I do think the match went a little long. I don't know if it was because of the zip tie thing. But I think the match went a little long. I think like you shave about 3 or 4 minutes off of it. It's all right.
Yeah, I would have had Bailey come out there a lot sooner.
Yeah.
Cause I think that took. We knew that was coming, and it kind of felt like, all right, y'all can kind of wrap this up. But the match to me was good. Like Lyra and the zip ties going crazy, heel, Becky with the chair shots and the neck, whatever you wanted, whatever she like had it wrapped in her stomach. That was crazy. Lyra FC, stand up, cacaw.
Yeah, man.
Like,
I don't know what's next for Lyra.
she might deserve a break. I'm not,
Yeah, she's been working this year, so she might deserve a break.
Might
I
deserve a break.
don't know what's next for her, but I feel like this Becky Lynch feud has done everything it's supposed to do.
Yeah, you made Lyra a star. Honestly.
Yeah, you made her a star, so I feel like it did everything it was supposed to do. We will see what happens, but yeah, the United States Championship match. To be honest, I thought this was the worst match of the weekend. And I didn't like Sami and Cross at all, but I thought this was the worst match of the weekend. Why? Because you made a steel cage match just to ultimately do bloodline shenanigans again. Like I thought you would. Like, you know what I mean? But, I get benefit of the doubt. Like, maybe they won't. No. Niggas did bloodline shit. On top of that, why are you saving the cage moonsault for after the match? What are we doing? What's the point of that? I didn't get it. I thought it was dumb. I think it's time to get Jacob away from that shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. Hopefully that's
what it was. Him and Jimmy, honestly.
And again, I don't know why I should believe in the MFT when every time I see them, they getting put on their ass.
Even Friday night, I think they got some.
They did. Friday night, Saturday, get Jacob Fatu away from that shit.
Yeah, like I've been saying, I think this has been like what's the word I'm looking for? Like not unfortunate, but it's been like it's been unpredictable result of Jacob being this over this fast. So they had to like, I guess, rush the storyline a little bit or just cluster it up. I don't know what you want to call it, but yeah, I'm glad it's over with because Jacob is a star. Future champion, future world champion, hopefully soon. Solo, say whatever you want to say. The man got it. He's everybody in the family put into one. He's hilarious. The character's hilarious. MFT stuff is. Hopefully they change this. So hopefully
the MFT stuff feels like they're trying to recapture Bloodline magic without like the actual magic of the Bloodline. To be honest with you,
like Solo is great. He's not Roman yet. We haven't seen great tag work from the MFT or even Tala and Tonga in a while. So what if they're the tag champions? Oh, God damn it.
Amen.
God damn it.
Like I said, it's time to get Jacob away from that shit.
Yeah, hopefully that's it. Hopefully we're on to better things with Jacob.
And I'm advocating for him every week. I'm trying, bro. If you want me to take Jeff Cobb seriously, stop making him look like a fucking loser, bro. When am I going to see him maul and go through somebody? The last person I saw him beat up was R-Truth, and that was like 2 months ago. What are y'all going to do for me to want to take the MFT seriously, bro? More specifically, Jeff Cobb, because I feel like he's supposed to be the enforcer or something.
Yeah.
What are y'all gonna do for me to take them seriously, bro?
Damn, I'm really thinking it might be Tala Tonga and JC tag champs. That might be the vision right there. So.
God no.
If they make Jeff look good, I'm not too mad at it. Cause you need somebody dominant to like beat the YS6. So I think that might be. So hopefully we build up JC some more because obviously Tala is like 7 foot. You ain't got to do too much with him.
I would like to see it because right now, like I said, I don't believe him. The Intercontinental Championship match: Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles. In the only match that night that did not have a stipulation, we can also talk about that later on. Dominic's really coming to his own, man. I'm somebody who had his Dominic stocks early when Dominic ain't had no facial hair, and it was the combed over mullet, and he was still tagging with his dad.
The no tattoo Dom.
Yeah, didn't have a lot of tattoos.
No VC
you know what I'm saying?
Dom.
Was still pretty chubby. Yeah, man. When everybody was like, go to NXT. No, nigga, his dad is Rey Mysterio. Fuck what y'all talking about. He'll figure it out. Yeah, man. And AJ Styles, with one of the best gears of his career, by the way, with the Latino Heat tribute.
I didn't even notice his son had blonde hair like Dom.
Yeah, like that just happened to be like happenstance, but I thought it was hilarious. Had the Eddie Guerrero gear on, showed up in a lowrider. Dominic also had on because most of the match was kind of a tribute to
the ladder match.
Yeah, the ladder match and like also Eddie's career and some of Ray's career. Dominic had on and it's funny like how he kind of hates his dad, but you could tell like in kayfabe he hates his dad, but you could tell like this nigga really loved his dad, bro. Like he had on the same color gears Ray had in 05. I thought that was cool. Good match. I genuinely pop for like all Eddie Guerrero stuff anytime I see it. So anytime I see the lie, cheat, and steal spot, the boot spot,
the chair spot, AJ was shaking.
Yo, yeah, he started with the leg twitching. I'm like, oh, he's.
Oh, AJ's having fun.
I'm like, okay,
AJ's having too much fun, bro.
Yeah, I can tell he's out there having fun.
And again, not mad I was wrong.
Yeah, not mad I was wrong, especially since like we talked about it last week. People were like, they kind of failed Dom on this reign.
He was hurt.
He was hurt, but also like, well, he done won and had another quality defense against another quality opponent. What else can be said?
Listen, man, if Dom is a world champion by next year, I'm not mad at it. If he's world heavyweight champion by next year, I'm not mad at it. Like we didn't talk about it. We didn't talk about it earlier with the tag team, with the women's tag team title match. But hey, this is a slow burn to break them up, and you push Dom to the moon. I'm here for it because Dom is just when it's time to lock in, he locks in. He's getting better in the ring.
Yeah,
I wasn't an early fan of him being like a luchador because he's like 6'4", 6'3", whatever you want to call it. Like, but listen, over.
Yeah, man, he's improving greatly, and he seems to be somebody that's going to be a major player like in the company or in wrestling for like a very long time. I was pleased, and the boot thing is one of my favorites because Eddie Guerrero and Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 20 is like one of my favorite, or 21 I should say. 20, no, it was 20. Is one of my favorite matches like ever, and I think like the Eddie Guerrero boot thing to get out of the ankle lock is so clever. Yeah, so to see them do a callback to that was cool.
Because bro, back then the ankle lock was something serious.
Yeah, so I thought that was like one of the cooler tribute spots in the match. But yeah, ultimately, on the overall, it was a quality match. Like I said, Dom gets another win over another quality opponent. We are getting a little closer to that two belts Dom visual, man, with the Intercontinental Championship and the AAA Championship.
Was it next week?
Next week, I think. Yeah. If not, the week after.
Man, just imagine, bro, Eddie versus AJ, bro. That's what I thought of during that match. Bro, I was like, damn, bro, we was robbed.
We were robbed, bro. Rest in peace, Eddie. On to our main event, the undisputed WWE Championship street fight, man. This match was everything, bro. But I just want to start with the entrance. Both entrances. Cody took some lines from, and this was not AI. I know people were like, oh, did they really AI Dusty's voice? No. And you're a fool if you thought Cody Rhodes would let people do that to it. No. So, Cody had lines taken from Dusty's famous promo, "The View Never Changes," and I believe some lines from Hard Times were in there as well. it's funny because I don't know why, but anytime they're about to have a big show, I just have this thing in my mind. I'm like, I think Cody should come out to like something like Dusty related. My thing was always what I think they should do is play the first part of Dusty's song and be like, oh man.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing that. Yeah.
Then cut it and then
Right.
I always thought he should do that. But the quote thing was crazy because Cody like handpicked these quotes and like he said these were things that he thought would kind of relate to what he's going through or things that he thought like that his dad would say to him on this journey he's on. So I thought that was cool. The John Cena interest, man. Bro. So listen, he comes out and there's like you see him like sprint out a little bit. But there's the split second to where it's black and then the color comes up and you just hear like the stadium go nuts. All for like a pop of color. I think that's one of the craziest parts of wrestling, bro. Like there are some things that are so simple that can like pop a fan. Like, people will chant for like hug it out. There are so many like little things in wrestling that can really pop a fan, bro. 50,000 plus saw blue, red, and white, and John Cena smattered across the banner and went ape shit, bro.
He even talked to Stu.
He even talked to Stu. He said, Stu, you got a run in you? Let's run there.
But just the simplest run down a ramp slide in the ring, bro.
Man, like that shit meant everything to me. Because like I said, while the heel John Cena was cool, walking with the towel, it's nothing like the classic John Cena run to the ring, talk to the camera, let's go to work. Man. But the match in general, it felt like the match in general and the promo on Friday just felt like, hey, we fucked up at WrestleMania, bro. We as performers are capable of better, and we are better than what we gave you, and we are going to show you. We got Super Cena and Super Cody in one night, bro.
What they said, 8 AAs and 5 crossroads. Dog. When that man hit a what's Roxanne move? Like a pop rocks.
He hit a cold red.
He hit a cold red. Like outside the ring, it was like, Who can't wrestle? Who can't wrestle, bro?
Hey, as soon as I seen Cody go for a power driver, I said, oh. I said, oh, these niggas got they working boots on and like, bro, like it's over with. And one of the things that I think made the match better for me is, and this is weird because I normally, like, I don't feel every championship match needs interference or like needs a turn or whatever. I was watching the match and like the whole day I was nervous, like, damn, they gonna turn Cody heel tonight. So I'm kind of like watching the match in anticipation of it, like thinking to myself, like, I don't know what's gonna happen. So that made the match better for me. But yeah, man, he took that power driver and I said, John Cena just took a power driver in 2025. Like, did the cold red to the outside. And the funniest thing that I enjoyed, like, watching it too, you could see that John was like legitimately enjoying himself. Like you could just see him smirking at some points. Like when he came up for that cold red, he was like,
"Yeah, who can't wrestle, bro?
Okay,
who can't wrestle, bro?"
Man, the crowd was really into it.
Like this felt like a WrestleMania main event match, bro. Like,
like
the presentation was there, bro.
Everything was there, bro.
The outside the ring shenanigans, it wasn't too much. Him, the elevator with Cody on his shoulder.
Peak aura farming moment, and I'm not even mad at it because, and I was also going to say this today as well. While WWE is kind of the aura farming and like hype moments thing, it's much better when it comes off as organic and you're not doing it on purpose. Like when Logan Paul comes in with a drone, or like he had the meta glasses on when he jumped on Jelly Roll. It's more organic when you just
let it flow.
Let it flow when you do it, bro. Like John Cena took Cody into Gorilla, beat him up, whatever comes out on the Cody Vader with him on his shoulders. That is organic, bro. That didn't feel like a moment that was just like manufactured. Although it may have been, because that's how wrestling works. It didn't feel manufactured. It felt legitimate, bro. So I enjoyed that. Like the whole match was just crazy. And again, I said this about CM Punk earlier. Same thing here with John. To be this late in your career and to have a match that seems career defining or seems like one of your best is insane. It really is. Like it again, this match made me feel like, hey, I don't know if you need to call it a career yet, bro.
Yeah,
Like I know you said like, hey, you out mid December, but I don't know if you should. Like that's how I really felt. And we was getting like this when Cody Rhodes asked the real John Cena to show up. The real John Cena showed up, bro.
yeah.
The open challenge John Cena 07 to like 2010 John Cena doing leg drops off the top rope, bro. Like this was everything anybody could have asked for. And to me, it was also proof that it was proof of a couple things. One, there was no reason for you to call The Rock in February. I don't care how you felt the tickets were moving. You didn't need to completely sell out that stadium. The fact that Elimination Chamber was in the stadium for the second year in a row is already an accomplishment in itself. But also it proves to me you could have done a babyface versus babyface match at WrestleMania, bro. Maybe it wouldn't have had the same stipulation, but like you could have done babyface versus babyface. It would have been fine. And I know people were kind of scared. It was like, oh, you got to turn Cody heel here. Like people love John Cena too much. It doesn't matter who you put in that ring versus John Cena. They probably were going to boo him.
Yeah.
It's not just because it's Cody Rhodes. Like Cody, you know what I'm saying? Cody is going to come out the other side of this fine. I don't think anybody's going to boo him on Friday. But it is John Cena. It is the fact that we are not going to see John Cena anymore after about 4 months. So I don't feel like Cody was necessarily like backed into a corner. But again, I do feel like this match was just proof that, hey, like at WrestleMania, you could have just, it could have been babyface. Y'all didn't have to do all the extras that you did.
I don't know about that. Just because of who Cody was at the time, and then I just don't know. Like, because I really do want a face versus face championship match sometimes because I feel like we get robbed of great matches. Mm-hmm. Like coming up now, Punk LA Knight like 1-on-1 would be like fantastic week to week. Like you don't have to make nobody an asshole. Just let them
fight.
Let them rip each other on the mic and then have them go out there and give us a great match. So I mean I don't know because like Cody is kind of people are kind of getting tired of him. But like you said, people gonna boo Johnson, people gonna cheer Johnson, and it don't matter. So it just the match was great. You took all the words like I was gonna say like classic. If you say this is John Cena's best match, I'm not mad at you. If you say this is Cody's best match, I'm not too mad at you. Like, it was there. The presentation was there. Super Cena, Super Cody. The spots was crazy. Street fight. No shenanigans. Where somebody went to the blade. That would have been perfect. You know. Yeah. The turnbuckle spots was crazy. Cole Red, Cena, like, it just... Whoever, this was I'm sorry for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
This might have been I'm sorry for the last couple of months. This might have been I'm sorry for fumbling the bag since EC. So they did the thing. Whoever wrote this, produced this, thank you. You did great. Sunday felt amazing until the last 2 minutes. But hey,
amen.
You got to get what you can get.
And I will say before we move on from Sunday, I wish I could kind of like figure out what they discussed in the ring. I think I saw Cody mouth a few things. I think he was just like, hey, I'm sorry I put you through this. And I don't know if he's, referencing the fact that he had to turn heel, this, that, and the third. Because I believe this wasn't on Unreal or whatever, but it was, I read some stuff that said, like, ultimately, this heel stuff really is up to Cody. Like, if you don't want to turn heel, like, we just not going to turn him heel. Like, I think the choice was legitimately in his hands. Oh. So I don't know if that's what he's apologizing for. I don't know, but I loved it.
Yeah, like even the intro, like Cody's intro was crazy. Like, nigga love his dad, bro. Like, it's like I'm really happy Cody's getting to experience this because we've seen so many people throughout the years have this dream of putting themselves over, going through certain going through their own side missions, other side quests. He had to go different promotions, build himself up. These interviews have been kind of crazy, seeing how things kind of went over in AEW. Feel what I'm saying? The man loves his family. Yeah. We can see that. We reading through the lines. We seeing what's going on with him and Brandy. Mm-hmm. I was moved. Like, I love professional wrestling. I'm sorry. Yeah. It just was great.
Great match, and I am interested to see the follow up in this second reign for Cody. With that, we are going to move into Monday Night Raw. Like I said, this might be short because I feel like last night was kind of like promo heavy and kind of advancing stories. We open Raw with the Vision, and we just want to say we weren't wrong. We were just early. We told y'all what the name of the group was gonna be.
Oh, they named them last night.
Yeah, they are officially the Vision. However, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed are still Braun, as far as I'm concerned. The whole group as a collective, yes, you are the Vision, but like as far as I'm concerned, it's Braun. Yeah, man. I don't really have too much to say on the opening promo. I feel like it kind of, I don't want to say it's getting repetitive because I don't want to give the impression that I don't really like Seth Rollins or anything like that, but like it is kind of repetitive and it's nothing we haven't talked about before. Like
I wasn't gonna let that man be champion. Yeah. He left for 10 years.
Yeah, and ultimately him having the Money in the Bank briefcase was about him achieving ultimate power. He has the World Heavyweight Championship. That's what he has.
Kind of glad we didn't buy that briefcase. You know, it's only been
that briefcase
only been 2 months, I think.
Yeah, not too long.
Yeah, June. That was June. Yeah, that was.
I don't even think he had the black one in June though. It was like I think the black one made its way to TV like maybe 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So,
hopefully it's discounted now. Let me check.
Please, fanatics need that money, bro. Oh, I am interested in direction for the group. This promo did lead to the main event, which we will talk about later. But I'm interested in direction for this group. Again, I don't know if there are going to be new members. I don't know what they do. But I've said this many times. Clearly, Seth Rollins is the World Heavyweight Champion. It is time to somehow get Braun in the tag division. And I would have that essentially unstoppable force leading the Raw Tag Division and reviving it in a sense. Sheamus versus Rusev 3 ended in a no contest. Banger, of course. I am assuming that Sheamus versus Rusev 4 ends up at Clash at the Castle. I thought a really funny part about like this ending in no contest is that like in 3 different segments later in the night, like they just end up fighting around the arena. They walk in front of, they start fighting in front of Charlotte and Alexis Bliss as they on their way out to the ring. Fighting
Sammy,
fighting mid interview and Rusev decks Sammy in the mouth, which will result in the match next week. Can't wait to talk about that. Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm under the impression that it's going to be at Clash. It should be at Clash. You can argue it should have been on SummerSlam, to be quite frank, but I am not mad at it. Obviously, this seems like a best of 7, and when it comes to that, I'm always impressed that like when wrestlers face somebody so many times, they kind of like keep things fresh and like, you know what I mean? So I do think stipulations would help here, and I hope that's something they consider. If you have any.
I just let them fight. Just keep letting them fight.
Yeah.
Just Sheamus, like you said, Sheamus, TV, class of his own. Kind of sad Rusev is getting this kind of bad crowd reaction because him and Sheamus can do whatever they want to do. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
So let them keep fighting, please, because it's great TV. Shoot, best of 10. I don't care. Just have them keep fighting, because the chemistry is great. Rusev is showing off who he is. Sheamus, he don't miss. I'm excited where they take this. Hey, throw Sammy and Rusev together. I'm here for it. I have my popcorn ready.
We had Waller versus Penta. As we know, Waller is still angling to get a spot within the New Day. Penta is just continuing to be Penta. Very beast. But I do want to ask 2 questions. One being, what's supposed to be the end game here with Waller? What do we think happens? And then also, is it time for Penta to get a legitimate story? Because for the most part, Penta is the work rate guy, has good matches, and I think the closest thing we had to a story kind of went out the window when Chad Gable got injured.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering, is it time for Penta to get a legitimate story, and what does that look like? And again, what is the end game for Waller and the New Day?
Easy one. The short answer, Waller. I'm really wondering what's going on with Theory. Like, is he hurt? I think did we hear Theory was hurt?
They said he was hurt, but I haven't read anything about an actual injury.
Like I don't know what you do with unfortunately with him in theory, the chemistry the matches would have been great. Like the storyline would have been great. I don't know what happened. Hopefully they change something up. We might get theory with the Vision at Clash.
I won't call. Let me know if there's something else you need.
I think she heard what? Theory.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that's.
Hello there.
No.
I'm Siri.
No.
What can I do for?
All right, we're good.
I won't say that word again. All right, but yeah, I'm kind of confused what happened with him and Waller in theory. That would have been a great feud for the future that could have carried on for years, in my opinion. Hey, listen, New Day, they're hilarious. Xavier's hilarious. Kofi's hilarious. Kofi, please grow a mustache. It's scary.
Mustache, bro.
It's scary.
If that mustache shit feels like how when everybody wanted Anthony Davis to shave his unibrow, he was like, well, now I'm not gonna do it because clearly it's like a marketing thing. That feels like what Kofi Kingston's doing. This shit is gross.
Which is horrible. Yeah, disgusting. And then the more important, Penta. Yeah, I think if he should. Dang, I really want AJ to beat Dom at Clash so we can improve. We can elevate Dom some more and throw him in the title picture. And then AJ and Penta, that's just free money right there.
Yeah.
So I think you let Penta keep getting. He like you said, he's been to work. He's been on TV almost every week.
Mm-hmm.
So he's putting on great matches. But I think it's great because you're showcasing him off because he don't have a lot of time left. In the main spotlight. So. Yeah, I would throw Penta somewhere soon, hopefully sooner than later.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't. I would just keep him on some side quests right now because I really don't want to throw him in the LWO stuff because that's kind of cheesy. So, yeah, hopefully sooner than later because, people don't seem to get bored by him. So, hopefully this is like a slow burn thing. So, yeah, hopefully my personal interest would be Penta versus AJ. That's just free money right there. So, I don't know what else you could do with him right now. So, that's my.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to that either. That's actually a pretty good idea. But like I said, I would like to see him in something, just, something of substance. There's nothing wrong with just being the work rate guy. Sometimes everybody.
Him and Chad would have been great. They was putting on some good stuff. Hopefully Chad comes back. I'm wondering. I forgot. It's a rotator cuff.
He's gonna be out in a minute.
Yeah. So sorry. I thought.
Dragon Lee versus Dominic Mysterio. If you are familiar with their work when Dominic was the North American champion, you kind of knew this was going to bang. It did. Obviously, the match didn't. I don't think it reached a real conclusion due to. Actually, it did.
Dom hit him with the boots again.
Yeah, okay. Beat him with the boots. But the story coming out of this match, we now have. And if you count the one at home, we have 4 El Grande Americanos. One is Ludwig Kaiser. One is Pete Dunne. I'm willing to bet money that the other El Grande Americano that we saw last night is Tyler Bate. That's just off process of elimination. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what's going on anymore. I don't know what the end game is here. I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss.
Sports entertainment, what can you say?
Yeah.
Listen, if it was me, 4v4, I don't care when. Well, obviously I do care when because Chad is hurt. But so, hey, all right, 3v3, because you got Ludwig, Pete, and Tyler Bate. All can go in the ring. Mm-hmm. I didn't know. We don't get to see too much main event stuff, but I've been seeing that Tyler and Pete have been on main event. Frequently, recently a lot, so I'm glad they're getting some team chemistry going on right there because those guys could go. I forgot, did American interfere last night? American Alpha?
Oh, no. They weren't involved at all.
Oh.
That's what's crazy.
Well,
they weren't. It was just the 3 El Grande Americanos.
Oh, well, hey. We saw what LWO did last week. They put on a banger. We know who Dragon Lee is. Resume speaks for itself.
I will say, if anybody's getting the story, I'm glad because he's been involved in this the past couple weeks. I'm glad Dragon Lee is.
Oh yeah,
the
for
story,
sure.
And I'm glad something. Yeah, I'm glad we're seeing him on TV.
Unfortunately, it's coming down to some shenanigans. But hey, if this leads to a 3v3, unfortunately, I will be here for it. I will be seated. That
I'm gonna
match
say, in all fairness, everybody that is under that El Grande Americano mask can wrestle. So I'm not upset at it, but at this point I am confused at the end of the game.
Listen, like in this business, it's about personality and connecting with the crowd. If you gotta hide them, if they're that bad, you gotta put them in you gotta crossplay them as luchadors. If it leads to a banger 3v3, I'm not mad at it, because at the end of the day, what matters most is wrestling matches, and those three can wrestle their ass off. So let's see where they take this. I don't know what this leads to, but more Dragon Lee on our TV, we're here for it.
Yes, sir.
Because Chris is the Dragon Lee FC. I'm joining, so have him lace the boots up, man.
Yes, sir. On to other Intercontinental Championship business. Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella. Hey, man, you want to know the quickest way to win a promo battle against Nikki Bella? Mention John Cena.
Listen,
man,
you knew it was coming. It was the layup was right there,
man,
and unfortunately it delivered. I popped, I laughed.
The moment Nikki Bella mentioned Seth Rollins, I said, "Oh, I know where this is going." Becky said, "Hey, don't mention." Wait
a damn motherfucker.
She said, "Wait," because I can. She was like, "Oh, you can't see him anymore." I said,
hey, that was clever.
I said, "Yo."
That was a good one. I'm not gonna lie.
You can't see him anymore.
Listen.
It's crazy.
Listen.
And every time that gets brought up, I just think, I be like, damn, it's fucked up. Both of them done had different marriages since this shit done happened. Nikki has a kid. But still, every time it's brought up, I'm like,
but the
damn.
crazy part, I've never noticed this. John's wife looked just like her, bro.
Oh, I've never seen her, so I don't.
She was at SummerSlam, and she looked like.
Oh, she was at SummerSlam. I've seen her, but I didn't really like.
It's kind of scary. It's like he went to a Nikki Bella lookalike contest. Was like, all right, let me see.
That shit's crazy.
Who do I connect with the most?
Man.
But listen, I'm not gonna lie. I felt like a little kid, but it got me.
That shit was funny. And they got the whole arena.
That's
too.
That's what the game is about, man.
It's funny because she said the first thing, and you knew what she was talking about, but then she just doubled down. She said, "Oh, that's right. You can't see him anymore." Becky, chill, bro. That shit was crazy.
The delivery was there. Becky.
She said, "You know what? You want to know why we never went 1-on-1? Fuck." Hit her in the throat, left the ring, bro.
Hey, listen, man. Becky as a heel is just. Listen, she's kind of separated herself just a little bit from the other ones.
Yeah. No, listen, I think Becky Lynch might be the greatest women's wrestler ever. Legitimately.
I'm not
I feel like the character is there. I feel like the wrestling is there. Yeah. I don't necessarily feel like because I believe the best performer of the four in ring wise is Mercedes. But I legitimately feel like everything that Becky Lynch has done to this point makes her the greatest women's wrestler ever.
Everything she touches,
everything she touches is gold. She looks to elevate people.
Mm-hmm. And thank God she's in this new era. She didn't have to deal with bra and panty matches and mud matches and whatever the hell was going on. We was growing up with the hell.
Everything like you said, everything she touches is gold. And on the subject of elevating, I thought it was so funny that she got backstage and Natalya confronted her, and at first I'm like, oh my god, we finna get Natalya on TV. She's like, how about a match next? Natalya how about a match next week? Becky was like, okay, see you next. Then Natalya's like, see you next week. She was like, you?
No,
I'm talking about her. Camera pans to Maxine Dupree. You can tell, and I think it's well known within the wrestling community at this point, everything you see Becky do is really drastically different to everything else that goes on in the women's division. For example, when she had the NXT title run, she was wrestling people who didn't normally get on TV. Xia Li. I remember she had a backstage segment when she was telling Maxine, this is before the...
Oh, yeah, lock in.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got this, your time to shine. She is regularly elevating these people, bro. And she is showing why these people deserve opportunities. obviously what creative does with it after like Becky is out of that story is up to them. But she is still giving these women a chance to be showcased, and I greatly appreciate that. Like I said, it's different than anything else anybody in any part of the division. It feels like she's kind of operates on her own like sphere. And sometimes that can be dangerous because, like, we talk about it with certain wrestlers, and it's just like, oh, like.
And she backs it up. Like,
Yeah.
that's the crazy part. Like, it worked. Everything works. Listen, Maxine, lock in. It's your time to shine. You've been with the boat. You know, hopefully now they're showing you some things. Hopefully you've been in the dungeon with the hitman and lock in.
Legitimately, I believe in her for several
yeah.
reasons. Like you said, like she's been with Natalia. I'm assuming she's been to the dungeon. And I don't know if you've probably seen it, but like B-Fab was working with Natalia.
Yeah, I told
like,
my coworkers earlier. I was like, yo, like B-Fab, like she gets on Twitter, she like does promos, she's in the ring, like she has like the physique of like she could be someone one day. Like,
yeah,
so,
it's ultimately up to creative to like push these people.
They're putting the work in.
Yeah, but I'm seeing the work being put in behind the scenes, or however you want to put it. Like, we're seeing it.
Because listen, like Hunter said on Unreal, the women get it. I want y'all to get in before y'all get lost. Because
for sure. Because
when I watch NXT, the only thing is like Mike personality is kind of it's not clicking yet, but everything else they got what you can't teach. Like,
yeah, man.
So listen, I just don't want y'all to get lost because y'all are talented. So Maxine, it's your time to shine. If I was you, I would play that promo Becky told you a couple months ago. Before that, what was it, the Battle Royal or something?
Yeah, for the Battle Royal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lock in, please, because you better fit in where you get in. Cause.
On to our main event for the night. LA Knight versus Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. Braun was banned from ringside. Obviously, this match made logical sense for the reason that LA Knight was the last person to beat Seth Rollins before he became World Heavyweight Champion. And he explained that earlier on in the night as well. Adam Pearce co-signed it. And we got this match. Great match. Once again, to me, proving that LA Knight should be a world champion sooner than later, especially since like time is not necessarily on his side. At the bare minimum, I think, he's a fringe main event guy, so like he should be in these top programs. He should absolutely be in that program with Seth Rollins. It's kind of crazy that he was stuck in something with Shinsuke Nakamura and partially stuck with something with the bloodline. Like, I believe he is someone who, even if you're not going to necessarily put the belt on him, like he is a big enough star to where you can put him in the ring with your top stars. I think Monday was a good indicator that they're planning to do so. Also, moving him to Raw has helped. I'm assuming this is now permanent.
Out of the Bloodline universe, thank you.
Yeah. I'm assuming this is now permanent or it's going to be permanent. There's supposed to be a draft coming up soon. But getting him off SmackDown was definitely a step in the right direction.
He just fits like prime Raw. Like,
dog, he always has. So it was kind of strange to me. Like, that first year when he was on SmackDown, obviously he wasn't like necessarily the star he was. Like, he was building that star. So I was like, okay, cool. But once he like really became LA Knight, it was kind of like, well, why isn't he on? Like,
you got him on like all the Netflix commercials. Like, he's in the Slim Jim commercials. Like, just throw him on Monday nights.
Yeah. So, like I said, I think this was a step in the right direction, having him in a World Heavyweight Championship match. I think this is his first world title match since the Roman Reigns one. Yeah, or the Fatal 4-Way at the Royal Rumble, actually.
Yeah, I think, pretty sure it is.
So, first time in a while, like I said, well-deserved. I thought it was a great match. Obviously, I didn't expect the title to change hands. I figured there was going to be something to get them out of it.
I thought we were getting like a new member to the division last night.
Yeah,
that's what.
Because they banned. Yep.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure where it was going to go. Ultimately, it led to CM Punk sort of. You can argue he didn't necessarily save LA Knight. You can argue maybe LA Knight didn't need his help. I don't know. You can be the judge by watching the match. But, like, he was finna get his head stomped into the exposed concrete. And CM Punk came out there, interfered. This leads to the match ending in a no contest. Obviously, costing LA Knight an opportunity. But also a severe beatdown from the group collective known as the Vision. they did the same thing they did kind of at the end of Raw after WrestleMania, where they like rolled the credits, and it's like it was like, oh okay, like I was finna get up, and walk away from the TV. Roman Reigns music hits. I'm like, oh, I'm like, oh, it's that type of night. Okay, I sit down, and unfortunately, I have to watch the beatdown of the babyface continue to ensue. Roman Reigns gets beat up, speared, tsunami. LA Knight and CM Punk at that point are already laying. Roman Reigns gets robbed again.
No, he got
Again.
He got jacked for the ones, bro.
On the bright side, they were mids, but like
the bread won.
but he
bro.
still got robbed, bro. Like, you know what's funny? He won at SummerSlam and didn't get his shoes back. Like, what's up with that, bro?
That's why Paul fat ass. That's why Paul the dumbass ran away.
Yeah, that shit crazy. Yeah. So,
Jay Uso, where the hell were you, bro? Like, what are you?
yeah, honestly,
like, bro, you back to taking pictures with Method Man and dapping up. What?
yeah, I'm gonna be honest. That was kind of my minor issue with the segment. I was like, y'all was just teaming together on Saturday. He saved you from getting speared. Why? I mean, maybe he wasn't there, so to speak. But I just thought like it would have made sense.
You got some explaining to do, brother.
Yeah, I thought it was crazy. And again, I thought there was gonna be a new member, like, you know, in the group that night. So I thought, hey, like maybe you bring Jey Uso out here and like whoever the new guy is, like rough Jey Uso up a little bit. I don't know. But yeah, some have speculated this is your boy being written off TV again. I personally thought it was a brilliant setup to a 6-man tag team match at Clash. I don't know what becomes what, but I thought that would have been appropriate. Seeing as, like I said, like the three of them were all laid out, and there's 3 of the Vision right now. So what do you think the plan is? Because now that the inkling has been given that, you know, Roman might be taking another extended vacation, I kind of have another idea of what might happen, but I want to see what you think.
First of all, I just want to say, Sami Zayn, I'm sorry. That's third down between Roman and Seth. The feeling is still there. The aura is still there. The motion is still there. The vibe is still there. That's your main event for next year. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just unless something drastic happens, which I hope doesn't. That's the match. I'm sorry. Sammy and LA Knight, I don't know when, I don't know where, I don't know how. Hopefully, you know, I doubt Cody isn't champ. I doubt Cody's reign ends short. You know, he has to walk in a Mania champion probably. I don't know who else you could do that with. You know, what other storyline you could say. But yeah, LA, Sammy, I'm sorry. At Cody and Seth, the Roman and Seth match, that's your Mania right there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for your moment, your WrestleMania moment. I'm sorry. But to the question I was asked, going forward, I want LA Knight and Punk to just go at it. Like you cost me, I saved you, from getting stomped in the head on steel concrete. Punk, I've been working my ass off these last 15 years. I abandoned the system. I've fought my way back on my own organically. I came back. I stuck up what I've fought for these years of being anti-system. I've changed my ways. I've matured. I got my moment for 5 minutes. I want it back now, and you're in my way, and I'm going to beat your ass for it. So, yeah, 2 of the best guys on the mic. If that's the class match, that's what I personally would want. If as far as the 6-man tag match, I don't know if we need that right now, because who takes the pin?
I mean, figure it out. Probably LA Knight, to be honest. Just based off his current standing, I don't know. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know how many more losses you can afford to give Roman Reigns just for the sake of the story. I don't know, but I thought that would have been the right move because again, like you've got.
I mean, in hindsight, that of course, me being Roman FC, that's what I want. I want Roman to be on TV as much as I can. This just seems like too soon of a 6-man tag match right now. Yeah. Like when we got, like I said, free money, week to week must see TV, LA Knight versus CM Punk on the mic is just.
So I think that'll happen. But what I was gonna say is like assuming Roman's going on vacation. Um, I just one of the things I would do is a triple threat between CM Punk, between LA Knight, between Seth Rollins. Obviously that creates the dynamic of, like you said, Punk cost Knight. But also those triple threats where two of the competitors kind of hate this guy more, kind of always works. So I think that would be a good direction to go if the 6-man is not the direction. In terms of, because I know you spoke long term in terms of the main event for WrestleMania. I think you can get to that either way without it having to be for the World Championship. But I do think whatever happens, Sami Zayn does need to, like, I think next WrestleMania should result in Sami Zayn being a world champion. And to me personally, I feel like Seth Rollins and CM Punk story wraps sometime, maybe around War Games, if we're being honest. I know people are kind of iffy about it and they feel a certain type of way. I think that wraps around War Games. So, yeah. And I think CM Punk ends up facing Cody. I think they finally need to stop putting that off, and they need to do CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes for the Undisputed Championship at next year's WrestleMania. Again, I don't know where. I think you can get to Rollins and Reigns, and if you want it to main event, and it just main events, and it's just a marquee one-on-one main event that's been years in the making, that's fine. It's not the first time we've seen it. It won't be the last. But I do think Sami Zayn needs to be world champion by the end of the next WrestleMania. Yeah. So, I don't know how we get there, but I do think that's the better direction. But again, I'm not opposed to that main event in particular. So, we will see. Other than that, that is all I have for today. If there is anything you would like to cover.
Just some quick BS, quick funny BS. In a different world, you have a significant other. She wakes you up and says, "Hey, I need you to fight a celebrity for $10 million."
Oh, that's funny as fuck.
You got to fight
and
somebody.
The celebrity is Des Bryant. No.
You got to fight.
I'm filing for a divorce to answer your question.
Babe, wake up. $10 million on the line. You pick a celebrity.
Because why are you...
Who are you fighting?
Oh, I have to pick a celebrity?
Yeah, you got to pick a celebrity.
I might fight Tom Holland or something. I'm like, what the fuck?
That man might whip your ass.
Maybe like, you know what I'm saying? Shorty done got on Twitter beefing with Des Bryant and shit, and we gonna wake her husband up talking about, hey, like,
I got $10 million on the line.
I got 10 million on this.
Hey, brother, the mortgage on the line next month. I need you to go lock in real quick.
Yeah, that shit crazy. That nigga Des say, hey, put that 10 million down, bro. I'm going. Hello? Yeah, nah, man. Leave me out of that shit. I'm filing for divorce. That is the answer to your question. But yeah, man. Anything else?
I'm trying to check on NXT. I don't see nothing crazy. No, I think I'm good.
Oh, damn. We should have talked about this at the top of the episode. It was going to be short anyway. But I think MJF really on his way out to Syndicate, bro. It kind of hurts. Shelton told that nigga his watch was fake, man.
I hate checking like Twitter for stuff, but I just seen some other stuff that Sir Syndicate is like kind of not being very cooperative, so I don't know how to take that. So.
Oh, like insider watch? You mean like backstage?
Yeah, like they don't want to put certain people over.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, so I don't know, but yeah, this felt kind of rushed. Like this could have been something cool.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I talked about it last week. I think ultimately the direction is MJF might end up back with FTR because he actually has ties to them and also to Stokely Hathaway. So it's possible, but yeah, like you said, I do feel like it's kind of rushed. I'm like, damn, like I invested like a couple weeks watching him get in the Syndicate. Now he just like suddenly finna be out. So we will see. But if there is nothing else, this has been episode 14 of the Off the Top Rope podcast. It is always a pleasure We will be back with you next week. Obviously, it's just going to be typical review. Feel like we'll be able to do a full SmackDown, full Raw, and maybe talk about some of the AAA show. But other than that, this has been great. As always, I am Chris, Southside Woodall on Twitter. Follow all our socials, Off the Top Rope Podcast on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter.
YouTube, more importantly, you know.
Oh, yeah. Nothing ATL on YouTube. Yeah, man. It's been great.
It's Boy Lee Berry. Peace.